Today, we're going to take a look at what's happening with XRP. We'll look at the big picture and we'll also look at the local picture. I suggest we start by looking at XRP from a local perspective. So, what do I see here? First of all, I see this global consolidation right here. Yes, there were surges within this global consolidation. At this point, it was after the 2020 halving, and at this point, it was after the 2024 halving. But if we zoom in on the chart, we can see that XRP hasn't broken past its previous highs, or if it did, it was only by a tiny bit. I also want to draw your attention to the massive trading volumes that have occurred throughout this entire consolidation. What could this mean? It means that if there is a breakout to the upside, it will be a very strong one. This breakout could send XRP to hundreds of dollars per coin. We have previously set targets for XRP. The local target after breaking past previous highs was $6, and the higher target was $27. But with such a global consolidation that has been going on since 2018, the breakout could be extremely large. This could happen when the entire global financial system is overhauled, which is exactly what we're seeing now, and many altcoins could collapse. But XRP is one of the most fundamentally strong altcoins, which will survive and, moreover, will continue to grow. That's why you absolutely need to have XRP in your portfolio for the long term, even if it's just a small amount. Usually, after such massive consolidations, the breakout upward is extremely strong, as I mentioned before. We can see this in the past. In the past, we also saw a huge consolidation, though not as long as this one. And we see that after that consolidation, XRP grew by 10,000%. If you count from its bottom, that's 64,000%. I'm not saying that XRP will bring exactly that percentage this time when it breaks out of this consolidation, but it will be a lot. And by then, the entire global financial system will already have shifted to a new foundation. XRP is a good investment for a sensible investor who thinks long term. But for people who think in terms of weeks or months, XRP isn't suitable. These people call XRP a stablecoin. A bit later, we'll define the exact targets for XRP. I'll post them in our messengers. I invite you to join our messenger groups. The link to the messengers is in the description below the video. Now, let's take a look at the local picture happening with XRP. I also want to mention that on the daily and weekly timeframes, XRP has reached its red support zone. From here, there could be a local bounce upward. This is all within our corridor. If we look at the situation even more locally, we can switch to the hourly time frame. From its highs, XRP has already dropped by 60%. There is a suggestion that altcoins will soon find their bottom. If we look at XRP locally, and in this case, I want to look at the hourly time frame, we'll see the following picture. First of all, XRP has formed an expanding descending wedge. This is a bullish pattern. Such patterns are often broken to the upside, and we saw that right here. This bullish pattern broke upward. Right here, at this moment, we took a good, decent short trade with moderate 3 times leverage. Above, you can see zones that can also be traded with short trades. So if you are a trader or if you want to learn trading, please watch for these kinds of situations, and you'll be able to make a profit too. Very often, after patterns like this break upward, the growth continues. There might still be a local correction, and the chart could test this line from above before continuing to rise, but very often, growth follows. We're going to capture all of this growth. XRP could rise to $1.80, and at that local level, we'll be watching to decide what to do next. Colleagues, I'd like to sum up this whole situation. First, we have the big picture, where we make money as investors, and we have the local picture, where we make money as traders. You should be on the side that attracts you more, or even on both sides at once. Please stay tuned to the channel, subscribe, and join us. We'll keep covering XRP, and in the next video, we'll take a look at the entire altcoin market. That's it for today's video, and I wish you a great day.